Hmm. No. Uh, hmm. What can I put in here? Maybe our new album's called. Uh, let's see. Did I just put emotional? Emotion. I think so. Uh, HRAV. Say. What's next? I have kind of an idea what I want to do, but I'm trying to think what I want to add. We got new. I like doing my band websites like this. Instead of having multiple pages, like multiple pages of HTML, we'll just have a section. So this will be one page, and we'll just have different sections. I like doing it like that. To me, it's just more cleaner. I don't know, but what we got music up here. We'll have music, tour, band, and contact. The tour is my favorite part to do. Uh, Trying to figure out how I want to do this. Section. We need to have a class called music ID. We can just name that the same thing. And then here we'll have like 3 albums, 4 albums. How many albums that we want to have. So we'll say this is going to be a H2. We got H1 because that's going to be our home. And we'll say music. And then we'll have a paragraph. Or actually we'll have a music grid. We can also have a picture of our album if we have any picture covers. So we'll say div class music. I don't know how you spell grid. I think it's GRID. Div. And this will be our individuals of album. So we could say album. I think we can use this now. We'll say our first one's gonna be called Shadow Rise. Then div album. Broken Skies. Neon Silence. Alright. So those are album names. That's what we have. They don't exist, but that's what we're gonna do. Then what we'll do. What's next? Tour? My favorite one to do. Alright, so let's think about this. How do I want this to look? So we can have here a button to probably to my right. And then we can do 1, 2, 3, 4 locations. And then if I go to my notes, I think I have one of my notes. Yeah, I do. We can use this for our location. And then this time we're going to do something different. I think we're going to do bandmates. So we're going to have probably one. We can have a vocalist, a guitar player, a bass player, and a drum. That's 4 members in this band. And we can have a small description of them. We don't have no pictures of nobody, which would be nice if we did. So what we'll do is be a section of a class called tour with an ID of tour. And then we will have a H2 tour dates. Unordered list item span May 20th. Never done it like this. I'm trying something different. How do you spell Los Angeles? Shoot. Angeles? Is that right? Never done it like this. Never used list items. I'm trying something different. Usually I just do spans. Should we do buttons too? We'll just see how this looks first. We'll do May. We'll do June 2nd. Let's do San Antonio. No, let's do Austin, Texas. This one we would do June. We got a lot of room. A lot of 8 days off, but we'll do June 18th. And then we'll do Chicago, I guess. So we'll do Los Angeles, Austin, Chicago, and then New York. We'll do big places because we go big or go home, right? So Illinois, is it Illinois? I think so. And then we'll do July 4th in New York. New York, comma, right? New York. And then okay, I like that. Probably should add a button. Let me see how we can add a button here. These are all endless items. We could probably add a button. Yeah, we can add a button, but for now, we'll come back to that. We have tour dates and an unordered list. So we'll keep that for now. Oh, shoot. Looks fine. We'll say. Okay. Now for the band members, we gotta think. We gotta think of some names. First, the vocals could be Alex. Then we can have a guitar player Jordan. Our bass player could be Chris. And maybe we can do like a female for drummer. I like female drummers. Taylor, Mackenzie. Gotta think. So let's just. It's gonna be. I don't do this very often. Where we have a band section. So I'm not sure how it's gonna turn out. It's been a while since I've done this. So we'll do. We have. Yeah, we got a band section up there. It's called band. We'll say H2 the band. All right. Let's think about this. So what we'll do is we need to have a container for our members. Okay. So we need to say div. This is going to be a class of members. So this is going to contain all of our members. It's going to be our container. Then we'll have a div for each member. So div class. So we got members. This is going to be member. And then here, we'll say it's going to be H3 Alex. He is going to be vocals. Okay, so remember we can spread that out because this is our container for all of our members. And this is a member will be containing just each member. So we got our container. This is our container right here, so we can spread that out a little bit. Then we'll have dot member for our other member, which would be H3, right? We could probably do it. Should we do H2 or H3? Let's see how H3 looks. I think H2 is kind of big, maybe. I meant to do H3. That looks a little bit better. And then there's our members. Now for our contact page, let's see how we want to do this. Right? A active PHP. No, we need to have an ID, I think. Right? ID of contact. We have we can call this contact form. We're gonna target that in JavaScript. First name, last name, placeholder, first name. That's not what I wanted. That's not placeholder. Text area. Your message. Placeholder. Your message. Or your message required. Then we need a button with a type of submit. Send. Um, I think the copyright symbol is copy. Yeah. We'll say P times, not times, but yeah, times 2025 all rights reserved. Oh, something happened here. There we go. So now we're gonna have some variable colors. We're just gonna add random colors. We're gonna have a dark mode and light mode. So we need to. So we're gonna have a root. We're gonna make some variable colors here we can always use. It's gonna start getting darker later each time, each day. For the background, we're gonna go with. Trying to think. I think we should go with dark mode by default, maybe. So 0, E, 0, E, 0, D. What's going on with this? Yeah. So yeah. So it's good. We're gonna go. I think we're gonna go with default black first, and then our text will be obviously white. So we'll say. I think it's gonna be through 6 Fs. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Will be white. And then we'll do a nice little accent color. We can name it anything. We'll just name it accent. Or, yeah. No, yeah. And then 50914 is a good color, I think. This is like a crimson red. And we'll say our body for light mode will be background. It's gonna be white. We're gonna have a body. It's gonna be our light mode. And then obviously our text will be, you know what, black. So we'll say our text is going to be black, which I think is gonna be 111 or 000. Yeah. So I think they're both the same thing. Yep. And then for our color for that, we'll do accent. Let's try a color of it's kind of the same color, but it's just a little bit different. We could go with the same color. Might as well, but let's just see how that works. And then we need default stuff. So we need a margin. We need to push everything to the left. We don't want no default stuff here. We need box sizing of filter box with a font family of some decent. There's 3 families that we can use here of font. So if the websites can't render this one, then we'll try to render this one. If we can't render that one, we'll try to go to that one. But these are all common fonts, so we should be okay. And then we need to do, so now we have our variable. These are variables. We stored all of our colors in variables. These are the colors we're going to be using a lot. Now we can go in our body. And this is going to be default. to our, I think it's gonna be default. We're gonna do probably default black. Yeah, we're gonna do default black. So we can say background var background color var text. Okay. I have no idea how this is gonna turn out. I'm just letting you guys. I'm just going with. I don't have no plan, no design. I didn't go in and Photoshop and try to come up with a design. I have no idea. I'm just going with the flow. I don't know how this is gonna turn out. It might be turn out very bad. Like my website that I made for me turned out horrible. I want to redo the whole thing. What did I name my header? Navbar. Display flex. Justifying content center. We need a line item center. Wait. Probably need to make that a different color, don't we? Maybe a darker alpha color. A pattern of 20 is usually the pattern. Position is gonna be fixed. Cause I want to always be at the top, no matter what, with a width of 100%. Shoot. Setting fixed with a background. No, with a background of RGB A 0 0 0, and then our alpha we would do like a 0 0 0 0 0 0 0.9 0.5 0.9. I like that. And I want it to always be at the top too, so we need to add one more thing. Z100, so it never leaves the top. And then what's next? I think I name it navlinks. Yeah. So we'll say navlinks A. No. No. We don't do that yet. We'll say navlinks display flex and a gap of we messed up. We don't put that there. I think we need to do letter spacings, right? Because these are kind of close together. Let me see. Yeah, I want to space these out. Okay. Navbar. Okay. Dot navlinks. Color var text with text decoration to be none. Controls. Now we need to design a hamburger menu. So what I want to do with that? Let's say, okay, let's just say hamburger We'll say display. You want this to be none because you want to show on desktop, but I want to see what I'm doing, how it looks when we get done with it. It's not gonna show up yet, but once we go down here, we say hamburger span width 25 pixels, height 3 pixels, background white, margin 4 pixels 0. Now we're gonna start. Now we're gonna do. We need. So let me think about this because I need to figure out how to. Okay, so I want. Okay, so I want all of the home area to be in the middle of the screen, right? I want this to be in the middle of the screen. This to be like if you have a picture or whatever, or we're gonna make the background a little darker probably. We could do a picture, and then I want all of this what you see in here to be in the center, and we need more space. So first thing we need to do is I named it hero. So we'll say dot hero, and we need more space. So we're gonna see 100 viewport. That's gonna give us some more space to work with. And now we're gonna put all of this right here and here. Okay, so we'll say first we're gonna find a good background. I think we're gonna use linear gradient to bottom black. No wait. To bottom black white. Now we got a nice little gradient. Looks nice. So we're saying we want it to go to bottom. So it's gonna go black and it's gonna be more white down here. And this could be any color. I mean whatever color you want. It's more, I can cut back on it, make it a little bit more dark if I want to, but we'll go with that. Now we need to figure out how to get all of this in the middle. So we need to first make sure it's gonna be using flex to flex them. Then we will do a flex direction column. Justify content center. Now we're getting it off the nav, putting the center. Okay, so we got that. Then justify content center is going to be align item center. And then we'll do text aligns. That's looking good. Now we need to make this pretty big because it's the home area. So we'll say dot hero h1 font size 3 RAM. Now we need to work on this button because it looks terrible. I think I need a dot button margin top. We need to get some space between these. Margin top with a padding of 12 pixels to 30 pixels is usually good. And then we're going to use background color. We're going to use that color. Is it accent? Yeah, we'll use that. And then we will do color var text. And then last but not, we need, let's make a text decoration none. And then a border be none. No. Border. We need a border radius, I think. Round out the edges. Looking really good, actually. It looks really good right here until you get down here. Okay. So let's work on them sections. These sections are way too close, right? This is horrible. So we need to say section, padding. Let's try 100 pixel to 20. Or do I want to do 40? Let's see how that looks. So what about if I did 20 looks good. That looks good. There we go. Looking better. Then we need to target our guess we can kind of go in order. So these are working. Links are working. So we'll say we need to work on our music grid, which is the first one. So we'll say dot music grid display flex padding 30 pixels, and then no, we don't want a padding. What am I doing? What do we need? Grid template column repeat auto fit auto fit mid max auto mid max 200 pixels comma 1 FR. Auto fit mid max 1 FR. Right? One auto fit mid max 1 FR with a gap of 20 pixels. Okay, that works. We'll give it auto gap and the mid max of 200 pixels, so I shouldn't overlap. Album I just put album, shoot, album member. Now we're working on a member with a background of 1A 1A 1A. 1A of pattern of 30 pixels and a border radius of 8 pixels. It's kind of high. We'll roll with it. We will roll with the motion. Roll with the motion. LI. Display flex. Justified content center. Pixel solid. Is this working? Something's going on with that. Not working. Oh crap, I don't think I put a comma. I think I need a comma, right? Yeah. Oh, that looks nice. Didn't think it was gonna look like that. I can go up on the padding though. That looks really good. I'm not sure if these lines are supposed to be like that. I think that's part of this. right? I think it's, yeah, looks nice. Should we center that, these? Or is it justify content center? Yeah, I like that better. And we got something going on over here. What is going on over here? These are way too close together. So what we need to do, space here, space here, space here, space here, and space here. I didn't even do nothing. I gotta figure out how to space these. What if, okay, maybe if I do a line break. Okay. Looks a little weird. Okay, it looks like it worked right there, but it still got me some problems here. Why isn't that put in space? That works, but it's giving me an error. It's a self-closing tag, right? Oh wait. Oh, I might have to look it up. I don't know why it's doing that. Let's see. I'm pretty sure it's HTML line break. The self-closing tag. So what if I do BR? No. I don't know why it's not separating them. We'll have to come back to that because I'm gonna get mad if I don't. I'm gonna come back to it. We'll figure it out. I don't want to waste too much time on it. I'm gonna get mad if I stay too much on it. Um, for LI. Okay. Ah, you know what? I think I know why. This is supposed to be on order list. Yep. And then we can come down here, flex direction. We can say justify content center. No. We don't want to be centered. No, I think space between with a pattern of 15. Still don't have a space between it. I don't like that. Border radius. No. Border bottom. 1 pixel solid. I don't like that, dude. Yeah. How to withstand. Someone said try doing work. I need to get a space between them. Yeah, I'm doing the BR tag right. It worked until I add the other bracket in. Like, like, if I go in here and I add a BR, as you can see, it works. Once I close it, it goes back to being. I don't even know how to fix this. Trying. I wonder if this is causing issues. Oh my god. This is kind of making me mad. Let me copy this and go to Google. See if I can figure out why it's not spacing. See what Google says. I don't know why it's not. I'm using line break. Should we maybe add a margin? Will a margin work? Could we do a margin? That didn't work. What if I do? What if I do a gap? What if I use a gap like 6 pixels? That seemed to work right here. So why does it dip down like that? That's so annoying. We'll do a gap, and then we can say, I don't know if this is gonna work. We could do that instead. I don't know why it's. We do like a flex start. We'll roll with that. I mean, whatever. Looks a little better than what I had before because I can't seem to figure out what's going on with that. It's aggravating. Okay. We can roll with that. Contact form. Okay. Then we need to say input text area, comma, button. Padding 12 pixels and the border will be none with a border radius of I don't like this. I don't like that you can resize it, so we'll make it a width of, let's try 400 pixels. No, we'll keep the width the same. Height to be. Okay. And then I don't want them to be able to do this. So we'll say resize. None. Now they can't resize it. So that looks good. Now, we will say button, background, var, accent, color, var, text, and a cursor pointer. Now for the footer, black maybe. And then let's make that center. What's going on up here? I don't like how close that is. We move that to the right. Oh, no, I'm not gonna move it yet. I forgot. I still have these links up here. We're supposed to be hiding that, actually. We need to come down and work on mobile now. Now we're gonna work on our mobile. So we want these to be hiding on mobile, obviously, right? These are kind of close. I don't like how close that this is, but we'll work on that. We're not gonna worry about that just now. Let's work on the mobile. Let's go smaller. Let's work on mobile. Media max width of 768 pixels with .nav links. Position absolute. So now we're gonna work on getting the mobile ready. Top about 70 pixels. We're gonna say right to be 0. And then we're gonna say flex direction column. And then we're gonna say width to be 200 pixels. And we're gonna say display none. Right now, let me see how it looks. Now we're gonna keep that for a sec. We're gonna say nav links dot active display flex. We're gonna say dot hamburger display flex. All right. It looked kind of rough up here, but we're gonna work on that. Now for the JavaScript, this is gonna be the hard part. So I think we're gonna need 4 variables. Let me think about this for a sec. So we're gonna need hamburger variable, a nav, our variable for our toggle, a form variable, and then a message variable. So I don't think I made a shoot. Trying to think, did I make did let me go look. So we got our form right here. I don't think I did. It's gonna be a paragraph. I think it's gonna be a paragraph with the ID of form message. So we need const hamburger equals document dot get element by ID. That's gonna be, I think, contact form. Contact form. One more. I think we need one more. All right, hamburger. Got add an event listener. Equals. I'm gonna say nav links. We're gonna work on opening up the nav link now. So we're gonna work on that first, and then we'll work on the dark mode. But right now we're gonna work on trying to get this to open up our links. We need to say we got our variable here with nav links and our ID that contains our nav links over here. As you can see, we have a class, we have ID nav links, and we have links in here. So we're saying, hey, we need to create a variable called hamburger. It's gonna be an equal document, and it's gonna be a document of get element by ID, and then we're gonna name it whatever our ID is that we have in here and here and whatever. So we're saying, hey, grab our nav link. We're gonna name it nav links. We're gonna grab our nav links ID that contains our nav links. Then we're gonna take our hamburger, add an event listener. We're looking for click. Then we're gonna add our nav links in here. We're gonna call on this, and then we're gonna call on active, and that's gonna be displaying our navigation menu to flex. Which should indeed show our navigation if we call on active. So we're gonna say navlink dot toggle navlinks dot toggle navlinks class list dot toggle, and we're looking for active. This should work. That works. That works really well. We can go into inspect. It's not responsive at all, as you can see. This is not responsive at all. What we could do, I think we could probably come in here and say, okay, so we could probably trying to think. I might do everything separate, unfortunately. So like if I was doing my header, to make that appear, I should be able to just right. I don't know why that's not working. Yeah, we'll come back to that. You know what? Actually, okay, we'll come back to that. I think I'm gonna do everything separate. Oh, that's gonna suck. It's not responsive at all, but we'll get there. Looks terrible. It is responsive. I'm gonna do everything separate. So, we got a menu up here. I need to move that. I need to get that over. How am I gonna do that? This? maybe like a margin left. That worked. But it don't work yet. We gotta work on that next. So it's texting me. So we need to figure out. We need to make it responsive too. Alright, so we need to make this work. We need to call theme toggle. We're gonna work on that now. Make this work. Make it switch to our two emblems we have over here. We'll say that, and we'll say document dot body dot class list dot toggle. And I think we named it light, right? Yeah. Theme dot text content is gonna be equal to document dot body dot class list dot contains, and then in here we're gonna say it's gonna contain light, and then here we'll have nope. Shoot. We'll have that. Let's say this one's gonna contain like that, I think. That don't look right. What's going on with that? Color didn't change over? I mean, it's working. Switching over from dark. You know, and the icon's even switching. What's going on with some of these links? Should be white. And some of these. This background should be black. What's going on with that? Event listener e equals n greater e dot. I think it's that one. Message dot text content. Message content is gonna be equal to message sent. Message sent. Demo only. That don't look right. I think it's that. Demo only. Then we close it off. Form reset. Form dot reset. How's that not working? Form.reset equals document equals message sent. Demo only. E. Submit E. E prevent message dot content message sent demo only. Is this one? They changed it. It used to be reset. That's like a little message. What's going on with this though? Haha. I think this should be. No. We need to figure out how to change this. When it goes to white mode. What if I take is this gonna work? Trying to think about this. What if I do? What if I do? I got hero, right? What if I do? I have to look it up. I am so confused with what I need to do to change. Man. Look it up. Oh, duh. That's why. Okay. Yeah, that's why I knew I needed to do something like that. I was gonna do it in CS in JavaScript. Okay. Some guy said we need to have a. Oh, you know what? Let's go in here and let's say hero background. Then we can just come down here, just copy that. I hope that works. But we don't need this. So this is gonna be our normal color, right? Then we need to come down to light, and then we need to say, and then this is will be F5 F. E E A E A E A. Not doing what I wanted to do. I mean, this is changing. Uh, maybe. You know what? That works, but it broke everything. That's because I didn't. There we go. We gotta do everything for this website. Everything. We have to go add everything to our navbar. We don't need to try to figure out how to add that. I'm gonna try to add that by myself. And you notice we have a little something different here. We got like a little dash right here between our background. That's because we're giving it a variable instead of storing variables. We're giving it a variable. If I go down to here, clean. Let's give it a darker. Oh, it looks actually. Wait. And then we can say I need to figure out how to get it to change. Oh my god. Already color white actually. There we go. For our logo, Probably give it the same thing. No. Um, we're gonna keep white on that though, because it's a darker background. You just keep white. Contact form. I want that border to be the border around it. I want that to be black if I can. Could add more space around it. Mm. And then the placeholders in here, we could change that as well. I'll probably just go in here and say, I already got the variables anyways. Color, no, color, variable. These are placeholders, so first name, last name. Could I just say that? Or I had the IDs right here, so let's try. Oops. See if that works. That might work. I thought I could just call the input. Yeah, these are inputs. I mean, that's fine. Alright, get something to eat. I'll be back on a little bit later. I'm hungry. I've ate all day.